I would like to read to you a little essay that I wrote, because to talk about it, it's very painful and I get very emotional, so I rather read it to you. Thank you. There are many memorable moments in my life, but the one I will never forget began when my mother told me to get dressed and took me out in the middle of the night. The second pogrom and final rounding up of the Jews has begun the ghetto around the city. I was to be hidden in a huge rubbish bin to escape being killed by the Ukrainian police. It was dark, and on the way to the appointed place, my mother told me to be very quiet and not to cry, as in a couple of hours Anna, our housekeeper, who has been with our family since I was born, would pick me up. I was to stay with Anna until my mother could come back. At age 11, very frightened and unable to understand why such a thing was happening, I begged my mother not to leave me there. She told me it was essential for us to separate. I was very afraid, and until today, I still hate to be by myself. I love people, my family, noise and laughter. Anna couldn't come until nearly a day and night later, as the Ukrainian and German police were on the prowl. I never saw my mother again. After staying with Anna for a while, someone accused her of keeping a Jewish child. She denied it, but eventually was forced to send me to another Polish couple. Before going, Anna told me that my parents were dead. My father had been killed as he fled east with the Polish army. My mother, together with most of my family, went to their death in Belzec, a Nazi extermination camp. Anna made me promise to remember name Belzec, and she gave me a piece of paper. It was a letter from my mother smuggled out of the place where all the Jews were kept before being sent to Belzec. In this letter, my mother told me of my father's death. He had been killed in the first days of the war. She told me how much they loved me and hoped I understood why I was left in a rubbish bin. She asked me to be good and honest and hoped that Anna would stay with me and that I should be nice to her. I lost this piece of paper. I do not remember my parents. The shock of losing them created some kind of fog in my memory. Losing Anna was another terrible blow.